Early reactions for the latest Disney Plus Star Wars series, Ahsoka, are rolling in, and critics and fans who caught the first 2 episodes seem to be fairly impressed by the latest series, if not immediately blown away. So far, the live-action Star Wars shows have been hit or miss, with Andor and The Mandalorian embraced for their uniqueness and stylistic flair, while Obi-Wan Kenobi and The Book of Boba Fett garnered more mixed reactions. Ahsoka in particular has a lot riding on its success, given that the animated series featuring Ahsoka Tano are some of the most beloved Star Wars properties of the 21st century. Rosario Dawson's live-action take on Anakin Skywalker's former Padawan was initially introduced in The Mandalorian, but while Jon Favreau holds the reins for that show, it's Clone Wars mastermind Dave Filoni who's set to shepherd the new series as showrunner. So does Ahsoka's move to live-action live up to the anticipation? Here's what viewers are saying so far. First and foremost, it sounds like Ahsoka is closely and immediately connected to Star Wars Rebels, the Filoni series that ended in 2018. On Twitter, podcast host Brandon Davis posted, "Ahsoka is a straight continuation of Rebels, feeding the animation fans looking for more with these characters."
Nice trick. Got any more?
It's not immediately clear whether the show works well as a standalone for casual viewers or not. Entertainment Tonight's Ash CROSSEN says, "Definitely a continuation of Rebels, and it's worth brushing up when we last saw everyone." But Collider Steven Weintraub calls the show super easy to follow, even if you're not already a Star Wars animation fan. As writer and podcaster Ben Silverio puts it, Dave Filoni brings the same amount of care to this as he did to his beloved animated Star Wars shows. Regardless of whether or not Ahsoka is an entry-level Star Wars series, it sounds like it might be an especially rewarding watch for people who have been following Ahsoka as a character for a while. Fandango's Eric Davis tweeted, "The first 2 episodes of Ahsoka are a lot of fun, especially for fans of Rebels and Clone Wars." And Gizmodo's Jermaine Lucier posted, "As a Rebels fan, I felt a connection to it that was truly special." Critics were also clear about which Star Wars fans may not love the new show. Cinegeek News noted that the show has Rebels vibes all the way, with good exploration of relationships for both new and old viewers. But Decider's Megan O'Keefe says that the show could turn off Andor fans, with Filoni's embrace of mythology, magic, and lore. While critics spent plenty of time talking about where Ahsoka could fit in within the landscape of Star Wars shows, they also shared a bit about what does and doesn't work in the first 2 episodes. It's clear that the show isn't exactly off to the races from the start, as several critics mentioned pacing issues in their initial reactions. O'Keefe says the show is slower paced than expected, but still enthralling, while Cinegeek News says the show takes some time to get going, but nails it when it does. Eric Goldman of Get Fandom says that episode 1 has some slow moments and features a MacGuffin, but the second episode really gels. Obviously, no 2 critics are alike, and that's clear here in some contradictory first reactions. Despite Goldman's MacGuffin comment, Weintraub praises the show for having no side missions or filler, while Eric Davis says he prefers the first episode, which is written and directed by Filoni, to the second. Overall, these tweets paint the first 2 episodes as a bit of a mixed bag. As Lucier puts it, it's hugely epic at some times and oddly flat at others. Critics have also spotlighted key performances. O'Keefe, Goldman, and Lucier all point to Natasha Liu Bordizzo's Sabine as a standout in the cast, while Ash CROSSEN posted, "I can't take my eyes off of Shin Hati actor Ivana Sakno whenever she's on screen, and I'm so intrigued by her character." Elsewhere, several reviewers were impressed with the show's action, with Eric Davis noting that he loves Ahsoka's fight scenes the most. Inverse's Wytram Bowie, meanwhile, praises Filoni's elegant writing and says the premiere is action-packed and genuinely impressive looking.